In all the years I've been going to car auctions and being an auctioneer, I have never seen anything just like that. What on earth possesses someone who's just bid £500 to put their hand back up and go, nah, I'll give you £1,000 for it? What? Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and to another auction video. Now today we're on the road, off out to try a different auction. We're off to Liverpool. Now we're going to go to Northwest Motor Auctions. They've invited us down to have a look around, and of course I'll take the opportunity to try and buy some stock. So we've just arrived, parked up, we're going to get ourselves inside, see if we need to register, and then have a look round, see what's about. So I hope you enjoy this new content guys, so let's get in there and see what's on offer. Okay, let's have a mooch around. Peugeot 207. Private entry. 1.4 petrol. 10 former keepers. Wow. That's not been a problem car. Done 73,000 miles. That's a lot of owners for 73,000 miles. And it's Cat C. Sorry, it's Cat S as well, which is old Cat C. So, it's got a bit of a checkered past, but could be cheap. That's what we like, cheap cars. Now it's a Cat S, which is probably not something I'm going to retail on a pitch, but some maybe trade cars to flip on, maybe sell to one of my sort of loyal customers who aren't too bothered about being a Cat S, providing obviously it's all right underneath. It might be cheap. What's it worth? It's pretty clean actually for a Cat S, I have to say. You would expect that to be doing somewhere in the region of a bit of alignment out there actually. I suppose it's been repaired, it's had a wallop here, hasn't it? On a 12 plate, a Cat S, I don't know, 700-800 quid maybe. I'd think that's probably worth on a Cat S to me. Obviously on the register it's worth probably 16, but we'll see what that one does anyway. Be interesting to see. Couple of bits here, little Skoda 62 plate. Just caught this, another quite low mileage, 34,000 miles, 1.6 diesel. Dealer part exchange. 2 former keepers. Looks a pretty retailable car that. It's very clean. I mean, it's 30 odd thousand, but expect it to be clean, wouldn't you really? I suspect if that sounds right when it starts up and goes through and it's all in one piece and not got any lights on the dash that are scaring you, that's probably going to do decent money. Proper retail car that. Probably out of my league. It's probably going to be a few grand motor to buy, so it's not going to sit in my sort of price bracket I sell, but I'll obviously see what it does. But a nice bit of interesting stock that. So I know some dealers that give it back teeth for that. Next to it we've got a little Corsa. A Corsa D, SXI, 5-door. Bread and butter these, buy them all the time. Everyone wants them. Not really sort of the car that I'd recommend people, to be honest with you. If you had £2,000 to spend, this is probably what this is worth. But everyone likes them, so we have to buy them and we have to do them up. 112,000, 4 former keepers, 1.2 petrol. Basically when you buy one of these you want to make sure your chain's not noisy when it starts up going through. That's the usual things that go wrong with them. Subframes can rot as well. I've got one at the moment, I've got to put a subframe on. Broke a tape over it. They usually rot here on the back arches where they meet the bumper. That's very common. Again, I've got one do that. We've got a little mark there. Would you do that? Don't know. You end up paying the whole door and quarter doing that. Just, honestly, if you could buff up and probably tackle these 2 bits of arch at the back, it'd probably make the car half right again. Wheels want to clean up as well. A bit and keep up. The inside don't look too bad. Steering wheel cover on. I hate that. I don't mind if people put them steering wheel covers on that's proper stitched in, you know, replacement covers. I've done a few of them, but not when they're just like these old-fashioned £4.99 jobbies off from B&M. You just stick over your steering wheel because they just, oh no, not my thing. Interesting to see what that does. What do I give for it? 500 quid territory. It's probably worth that. Somewhere in that region. Old Bunto. an old thing. 162,000 miles though. Wow. MOT to the end of the year. Sport 16 valve one as well. Usually they're all 128 valves. So this is the 16 valve. Not sporting model though. Usually a lot of the 16 valves are sporting, using the 6-speed. This is a 5-speed one. But good engine though. Bit ding there, a bit faded that tailgate. Got to be cautious of Puntos that year because they do start to suffer a bit of rot tick on the floor pans, but that does look a nice thing. Freelander. Diesel from Kazoo. Kazoo, yeah you can. 2.2 diesel, good engine, 128 thou. TD4 and 07. I like the Freelander, but they are a bit temperamental. Like most Land Rovers, handle missing there. It's an auto. Some of the autos, quite a few that are a bit dodgy. So you've got to make sure you've got buy with caution there. They do stuff with rear diffs that go funny on them as well. That can be expensive to put right. And they do rot here as well. There you go, look. On the inner arch here. You can go there. But if you get a good one, they do drive nice in fairness to them. It's not a bad looking thing on the face of it, but you guarantee you'll be wanting to spend money on it as soon as you buy it, without any shadow of a doubt. Wow, what a rare thing this is. Mark IV Golf. Gold wheels, not sure about them. Black roof, not sure about that. But it's a 2.3 V5. You very rarely see any of these anymore. Most of these are left now are either the GTI version, like the turbo. Obviously they did a 2-litre petrol GTI as well, which wasn't fit for the name GTI. But the 1.8 turbo and the diesels, obviously, which are still going strong. But to see a V5 one, I mean, it's a bit not my cup of tea. It's a bit boyoish, but I do buy what sells, and this sort of stuff sells. So I'll definitely see what that does. I mean, I'm not going to give me back tea for it. I'm not that into it, but you never know. Ball tyres on it though. It's been thrashed probably. Well, that is a rare old thing these days, and in fairness to it, bodywork wise, it's not that bad. I was expecting to see one of them today. These two bits that have took me fancy. It'd be interesting to see what these do. I'll start with the dull one first. It's Astra. Bit of bread and butter stock for me, that. It's 1.4 petrol. Grill's come out a little bit there, once touching it back in. Done 110. Not much to rear right home about. I bought a couple of Astras recently, I've just sold one. But I wouldn't mind another one, because I could do with two ready for the pitch. I've got one ready, but I need another one. So it wants a bit of paint on that bumper. Probably might even need a new bumper, because that's actually quite damaged actually. Probably have to put a bumper on it, but you just get a bumper in colour. But other than that, it's actually quite clean. Looks like done up with a new bumper on it. Prepped up. It's probably on a 59, 17, 18, 95 car, maybe even 1995 on a good day. Somewhere in that region. 1.4 though, so we've got to be careful, make sure it starts up all right. You've got any noisy chains. Look at this, old Saab 9.5 on 11 plate. This is one of the last few probably. I think they only went to about 12 plate, although they did have a slight run. About 13, 14 when they came back very briefly, but I mean this is effectively just a Vauxhall Insignia base vehicle. 4 former keepers, diesel, 2 litre. What a lovely, lovely thing that is. Just such elegant cars, Saabs. I like that. I couldn't tell you what this is worth because I don't have a clue of the Saabs in this sort of era. I wouldn't even want to guess, to be honest with you. But it is a nice thing. We'll see what that does. I'll see if I get a chance to do a bit of research on that on my phone just to see what they're doing, because I can't remember the last time I saw a 9.5 sort of for sale, or even trade, or friends have had them in. Just they don't see that many of them anymore. Look at this old ripper. Mazda bongo. These used to be a thing back in the day. OT expired. Yeah, that's probably your problem. She'll be rotten, I guarantee you. I've emptied too many of these over the years to know my experience on that. A bit of a rot box. Oh, it's a shame. Look, see, it's been chalk marked already on the. Been in for test probably. Yeah, you're in for a can of worms buying this. Engine. I think the engines are underneath the centre dash on these. You have to basically like sit on them. But yeah, it's not in great shape. It's a shame though, it's been converted. Oh, it's a day van. Oh. Wow. You know what's happened to this? This has been, someone's converted it, they've used it, and then they've shoved it into take it 1 year and it's probably just failed, and horrifically, and now it's probably here. But if you're good with a welder, you could rectify that and probably could be worth some money. But it's a lot of work. It's not something I'm going to look at buying today, not a chance. But if you're brave enough, you could save that underneath. Some profit in it probably. Little Fiesta, little 39 in black. Not sure what's going on with that bonnet. Maybe it should be me. Go and look at the latch maybe. Done 98,000 on a 61 plate. 2011, 2.5 petrol Z-Tech engine, which is good. A little dent there, dent man could get that out. It's not a bad old thing. I think I noticed, yeah, got a space saver on there, so have to look at that. Front of the wheel, we'll get a steel wheel for it. Bottom of the sill. It's all just surface rust, but it wants painting again. It's just a bit scruffy, but I could polish up and paint that sill and make a car again. Good things of Fiestas, there are things to buy. Obviously everyone wants them to sort after, especially this later shape. You have to be careful with steering racks on them. I've bought loads recently where the steering racks basically just all notchy and horrible and bang and knock. You have to change the racks on them, which is a bit of a pain. Not particularly expensive to buy, but just an unnecessary burden you don't really want to be doing. I mean, as it sounds, that's probably a retail price, probably a £2.5 car. Obviously they're upright. 60 plate Astra J, a little bit scruffy. It's gone big miles as well. It's a shame about that bumper, that wants attention. Bit of temporary repairment going on there, but that bumper certainly wants settling, to say the least. 8 former keepers and 130,000 miles private entry. Early doors, 1.6 petrol. Got a logbook, which is handy. It's probably not something I could retail, to be honest. It's a bit scruffy, but if you sort that front end out on it a bit better, it's probably something I could trade on if it's half right. When's the MOT on it? MOT till November, so probably look to put a ticket on it maybe again. Maybe I'll try it as it is, maybe. Let's see. It's had a bit of paint on this rear quarter. You probably can't tell because we've got a bit of rain now, a bit of dealer's mist. It's not horrendous, but it is a little bit noticeable to my dealer eye. I mean, he's just a cheapie. I mean, I'd expect you buying that for 600-700 quid, really. That's all really it's worth. I know it was interesting to see what it does, but there's that sort of level I could probably flip that on to someone for very little profit. I mean, 130,000 is just a bit too much on the mileage front for me for retailing. I put on the pitch, plus you're going to paint that quarter, fix the bumper. It's not beyond the realms of possibility, but you're getting very sort of on the high end of mileage. I want to keep stuff below 120,000. I mean, ideally you want to keep stuff below 100,000, but you've got to be realistic. But 130 is really creeping. But as a trade on cars, you know, for something to flip quickly to get rid of in the trade, something like that, yeah, I think we could do something there. Hell, like a Saab main agency. Never seen so many Saabs. I think it's the third one I've seen. This is a 9.3. It's a bit rougher than that 9.5 I've just seen. It's a bit older as well. Arches are going at the bottom. Paint on this quarter previously, and then a bad repair that's coming through. Is it a diesel? I imagine it probably is. Yeah, 190 ID engine. The boot lid doesn't look right. Oh no, it's just not down. There we go. Fixed it. Tow bar, beautiful. Again, arch just gone that side. It's a shame, really. Stickers there on the thing, it's not quite in yet, I can read it for you. 108,000 miles. Got an MOT to the end of the year, 5.4 keepers, 1.9 diesel. You can see the interior there, obviously. Typical Saab, bit of half leather in there, beautiful. I'm not sure about the colour, it's a bit flat and dull to me. Not a nice colour, all the wings bubbling there as well. I'm tempted to buy a Saab. A lot of people mention them on the channel, they see them, oh, that looks a nice thing, and I've had a few at the other auctions Aston Barker been out recently where I probably looked on reflection and thought I should have bought that. I don't think this is one I'll be buying. I'd be much more keen to buy the 9.5. I'm going to do my numbers on that in a minute, see that is worth a go. But this, no, it's a bit rough for me. I mean, it was a few £100 territory, then fair enough, but I suspect it'll probably do a little bit more than that, or the reserve on it would be a bit higher than that. I think someone's expectations are probably a little bit higher than it realistically is, but you never know, we'll see. It's the first time I've ever been to this auction, so we don't know what sort of prices are like. Some vans in, 3 of them, Mercs, they're Vito's, I imagine they are. Yes. Vito's 114 blue tech diesels, big miles, 165, this one's done. Obviously got some fleet stuff in, this one's done 194. The third one done. £164. They're all pretty identical, to be honest with you. I hope there are fireworks in the background, not gunfire, because we are in Liverpool. Nice bit of kit. Always nice Mert vans. Always just so well built. Drive lovely, but they just cost a fortune. We'll see what these do, because I'm intrigued. I'm not a van buyer, really. I'll buy the odd van, but I don't go looking for them. But we'll see what they do, obviously. We'd like to try see what. Always like to film new things going through the auction, get an idea of different prices. It's always educational. Now I am after a C1 or a 107 IGO, but maybe not this one, unless he was very cheap. Shame actually, because he's done one former keeper and he's done 38,000 miles, 107 access. Although it does need access to a body shop, because that is well and truly stoved in. It's not on the register though. I mean, it's fixable. It's not, luckily. I mean, it actually would be more. It'd been easier if it was a 5-door, because you could have just bought another door. But it's quite a lot. Bumper corner down there as well. That bumper corner. And the wing there as well, where the door meets. The door meets the wing. It's red as well. It's a horrible colour to try and match up with the painters. You'll never get it quite right, because it just sort of slightly always fade. I mean, you probably would spend 600 quid probably painting that in the trade and getting it fixed. It's a big old repair. But if you're brave enough for 38,000 miles and you get it looking semi-right again, if it's handy money and you're willing to put the hours in to do it yourself, bodywork wise, it's, well, bargain really. But it could be a nice purchase for someone, but I don't think it'd be for me. It'd have to be, I mean, I just see that on a 60 speed, it's practically written off really. I mean, it's probably a £600-700 car to me. It won't do that, it'll do more than that, but on the reserve will be more than that, you just know it will. But obviously we'll see what it goes through. It's interesting to see what people's expectations are of this sort of thing. Okay, so I've had a look round. Quite interesting, this auction, to be honest with you. It reminds me so much of my old auction from years ago. I used to run a car auction. I mentioned it once or twice before. I used to be the auctioneer. I used to run it with myself and my wife. Ran it for a few years. I'll probably do more of a talk on that in another video, actually, because it's quite interesting running a car auction and very stressful as well. But it does honestly remind me of my old auctions. It's a very smaller independent auction, this. So, you know, you've all the sort of the glamour you get of your BCAs, your Aston Barclays, your Mannheims and all them. You know, we haven't got that here. It's more down to earth and raw, but I do like that, you know what I mean? It's old school, and that's what I do like. We've got a mixed bag of stuff in today. We've got some quite new stuff in there. We've got a lot of fleet stuff as well, vans going through, and obviously there's older cars as well. I mean, I'm more focusing on the older stuff. I will look at, like I said, I've already looked at some newer stuff as well, and we will, as more stuff goes through, I will film that for as they go round. It's probably about 60, 70 cars in, so you know, probably about an hour and a half sale today. It'd be interesting to see what happens, really. There's a few bits I'd like to bid on. The Astra, one of them. The 207s, for me, the Cat S one, I might have someone for that. It was right money. I'd be interested to see what that Golf does. I suspect it'll do good money, but you never know. I'm interested in the Saab 95. I'm going to do a bit of research now, see what that's sort of going for, ideas, because I've not really ever been a buyer of them, but we're interested to see, because it looks a lovely car. There's that Corsa, and maybe even that Punto was quite low mileage as well, which surprised me. So there's a few bits there, but obviously it's all price reflected. It's got a working budget. Now this auction allows private customers in. Obviously there's a lot of private punters here. So obviously it's great if you're looking to come down. Guys, you can come down here. If I was away, you don't need to register, you can just turn up. I'd quick look at the fee structure, actually. It's quite good. The fees start from like 80 quid, the buyer's fees upwards. So like on a few £100 car, you know, about 100, 110 pound fees on it. They're quite decent, actually, compared to modern standards. I mean, you know, some of the bigger auction houses in particular, you spend £1,000, you can spend hundreds of pounds on fees. And lots of private entries as well, which I'm quite surprised at. I mean, I used to get a lot of private entries into my auction, but a lot of auctions don't do that anymore. They're just more focused on, obviously, trade dealers, you know, going to a dealership itself. And because it's easier, because you go to a dealership, all of a sudden you can turn up, you get a deal with them going, pick 10 cars up, load them, take them to the auction, prep them, done, and put them in. You're getting more mass vehicles. And I suppose they'll probably do that here as well. But they've got private entrants coming in, and private cars, you know, it's not all of them, you know, don't always think they're all bad or they've been put in for a reason. And they may have been put in for a reason in some cases, but sometimes it might not be as bad as what the person putting it in actually thinks. To me, someone who put a private punter who might put a noisy Vauxhall Corsa in with a noisy timing chain or something like that, that's not really an issue to me, but it might be to them. You sometimes can get a decent car from an auction from private punters, so it's always worth attending these type of sales to see what's available and what's around. And from a perspective of selling your car as well locally, I mean, how many times do we get annoyed when we go to We Buy Any Car with this tempting carrot offer they give you, and then when you get there they pull it away from you? You know, it's a bait and switch type tactic, and you end up getting nowhere near what you quoted. I mean, to be honest with you, I've always said to people, just try auctions, really, because at the end of the day, people pay what it's worth in the room, and it usually gives a good reflection of what the car's actually worth, and in some cases you can get more money for stuff. So really interested in this one. I'm actually quite excited about this sale, because I say it's new to me as well. I've never been here before, but I quite like it, if I'm honest with you. But will the prices reflect that? You know, it's all well and good to be a great auction, but we need to try and buy stuff. So let's see if we can try and buy something. It'll be interesting to see on prices as well, which we'll have a talk about later, what stuff's doing, because every auction can be different, every part of the country will be different, prices will be different down south than they will be up north, but we'll have a look, we'll see. Anyway, let's get ourselves in position, let's get ourselves in the auction room. Wow, big old auction hall, actually. Even better than that, it's got a bloody bar in it. Oh my word. Got Coors, Madry, Carling, even got spirits. Loving this place already. And the rostrum there. Love it. Love this feel. Old school. Like it. Genuinely really excited about being here today. Just want to get going. Get the bidding started. Come on. Let's buy some cars.
We'll get the sale on the way now with a lot of this ready here. The Vauxhall Astra, the 1.6, the ES model. This one is a 2011 on the 60 plate. Who's going to start me on that? Can we say £1,000 for that? 5 a bit, thank you. £500 bid, £500 a bid, 500 down, £500 bid, 550, 50 bid, 600 bid, 650, 700. Yep, £700 here, £700 bid now, £700 here, 750. And the bill now, 725, 725, 50 now, 725 here, £725 by 50, and 725 the bid down, 50 bid, 750, 750 now, 75, 775 now, 775 the bid now, on the right, 775, roll 8, and 775. I'm pretty quick, roll the right this time now, 775. There once, twice, third last, 775. Bottom 12, the BMW Golf V5, this one the 2.3 with the V5 engine in there, should sound well and go well. 2002 Leon 2 4 there with the fancy looking wheels, swap with MLT, just short of November of this year. You've got sample interest on that. I don't know the bidding on this one here would be at 750. 750 pound a bit. There's where the best one of that. 7, 8 to there. 800 pound there. 850 against you afraid. 850 bid down. 850 pound bid. 850 down to 19. And 850 pound bid. 850 down to 9. If you want to go back to bids at 850. The V5 model at 850 pound a bit. This is the 41. Sensible hatchback body, 850 bit, anybody who's still on 9 again, 875 bit out, at 850 pound per bit, any of your bids at 850, any further interest, 850, once, twice, third, and that's there, 850, send that one out please,
Steering alright.
33 twice, third, 33, send it out here, thank you, lots of. It is the 1.2 Sports, 2005 Neon 5, 62,500 miles on it, with an MOT until the 27th of December. Strap on, give us £300 for it, so we're starting now. Who's got 50? Who's got 350 for him? £300 a bit, we're looking at 50 now, at £300, thank you, 50 bid, 400 here, £400 bid, you're 25, 425, 450, thank you, £450 here on my left, and 450 now, give it a bid. Maybe at 75, 475, all the gone out, 475, you want 5 set now? Thank you, 4 set, 500 new bidder, thank you, 500 now, new bidder on the right at 500, you've all done this side, 25 back in, 525, 550 now, on the right again at 550, you want 75 for £550, yes or no, 550, on the right then once, twice, third, that's 550, your bid sir, 550. Right, bot number 33, thank you. Bot number 33, Vauxhall Corsa now, the SXI, this one is the 1.2 AC, so we will have the air conditioning on now. It's a 2009 only online, with an MLT in November, comes with lots and lots of service history. This one just 4 previous owners for a few. We've got standby interest on that, we can start bidding on that at 650, 750. 750 pound bid, 800, 850 bid, 850 now, 850 pound now, 850 pound bid, 850 now, 850 bid, 850 now, you bid? 75, alright, 875, 875, we'll give it 9 this time, but 875 to the course of that, and 875 the bid, if you're in front of the bids at 875, we'll give it 9 this time, all done at 875, all done to the course of that, 875, once, twice, good, and that's 875, please your bid, 875. Number 20, sorry, number 20, we have a Freelander now. This is the TB4, that's the turbo diesel that fitted with the turbo as well. The GSTD4, the 2.2 diesel with an MOT till the middle of May into next year. With the turbo already below 12 bid, thank you, 12 down, 13 bid, 1300 now, 15, thank you, 1350, this way, walking away, 1350 bid, then 1350. Anybody wishing on 14, it's 50 with the turbo. If you want to go pull your caravan or your big trailer, it's at £1,350 bid at 1350. How do you like a new toy here? 1350, at 1350 there, hold up, 1350 there, hold up at this time at 1350, once, 1350 twice, so the final time at 1350, 1350, thank you.
Got a little Ford Fiesta coming in next, 61 plate one. Looks alright actually, to be fair. Did a quick look round it, so we'll see what that does. Had a few bids on bits, but no winners so far. Let's see what this Fiesta does anyway.
Lot number 39 now, number 39 Fiesta is the 61 plate to petrol, it's a 1.2 engine in there. Should be cheap to run and insured out, no doubt, with service history also, and just 2 former owners from new. MOT on that is October, just short of 99,000 miles. The Fiesta is the 5-door there. In your hands on that one today, somebody's got an interview, who's got, what's he worth, 15,000, thank you, 1,000 to start. £1,000 for the Fiesta, £1,000 bid, £1,011, 11 bid, £12, 12, 13, 15, 13, 14, £1,400 bid, 50 now, 1450, 1500, 1550. 1550 there, 1550 is then older than 1550. Everybody else on that, 1600. I took it, sorry, in the darker jacket there, 16. 50 with the umbrella, right, it's going to get complicated now. I'll come back here in a minute, 1650 is big. 1700 now. Thank you, shake of the head. 1700 I've got, you want 50 this way. In the hall now, on the right, 1700 pound. Yes or no? 17 here, 1750 back there, 1750 now, 1750 big now, 1750 out, 1750, big thing on the right, 1750 now, back wall all up, 1800 now, he's changed his mind here, 18 big, you want 50, 1800 pound on the right there, hold on once, twice, third, and that's then 18, 18. What the 40s are on now, was Z-Tank nav TDCI, 2 litre turbo diesel. It's a 2005 on the 05. MOT is August, with just 3 previous owners renewed. And again, we can submit the best offer on that one today. I've got to get us away £300 for it. Where's 50? 350, thank you. £350 now. £350 I've got where's 4? £350 a minute, 350. We're submitting all the way, make no mistake. 375. This way for 4. £375 a minute, 375 on the right now, 375. Once, twice, third, and that's 375.
Cat Peugeot.
Right, lot number 42, moving on now. Lot number 42, we have a Peugeot 207 Sportium. It's a 1.4 petrol. On the V-Cars, a Cat S, that one, 2012 on a 12 plate with an MOT middle of August, around about 74,000 miles and service history to boot. Commission interest started in on that at 750 and 8. £800 I've got. £800, 850 is bid. 850 now I'm at. £850 a bit 9 now and 850 bid. 875. Alright, 900 here. 900, you're 25, I've got 900 on the right, you've been on the line. 900 now, 25 in the doorway now. 925, you want 50? 925 now. Thank you for your bids, fellas. 925 here. 925. Anything else? 925. Once, twice, third, and last. Provisional there, 925. With you, sir. Just go and see the office if you will, please. Yeah, lot number 42. It is lot 42. Thank you. Right, moving on, lot number 43. Now, lot number 43 is, again today, direct from Auctioneer. It's from our car supermarket friends up the road there. It's the Audi A3 S-Line, the sport edition, 2-litre TDI, 138 brake horsepower. That one, 3-door in black, nice thing, isn't it? On the template, 87,500 miles. Almost full history, just 3 previous owners renewed and an MOT on that to the 28th of March into next year. Interest on the sheet, we've got multiple interest on this one today, and the side bidding on that, straight in 28293, £3,000. £3,000 now got. Who's got 3-1 for it? 3-1, 3-2 back with me. 3-3, 3-350 I've got. 3-4, 3-350 bid. Give me more than 3-4 I'm at. 3-4's in the room. £3,400 there. Anybody else now for another 50? If not, we will submit that 3-4. Once, twice, third and last. 3-4 provisional on the left.
Couple of pigeons. Stop raining now at least. And the old Mazda bongo's coming in. The old day van. 400 or 500 quid. Buy it. Stick it in a field somewhere near a sort of canal or a river. Put it on Airbnb. 200 quid a night.
Right, lot number 50. It's a while since I've seen one of these bad boys. Real class for the past, isn't it? Ready for romantic weekends away within a half. Ready for the summer. Mazda bongo. 2.5 litres.
Subject to an MOT.
Diesel. Might even be campervan out in there, is it? It is campervan now, is it? Oh wow, right. It's got the campervan kit in there already. I'll tell you what, that conversion in the back will be worth what they're asking for this thing. In from the local garage, they've took it in part exchange. Part service history, 4 previous owners. You could park it on your driveway and Airbnb it, couldn't you?
Oh, he's already nicked the idea, hasn't he? He's already on it.
Right, the internet has started us off. We're at £100. Who's got £200 for it? £200 there, £300 there, £300, £400 there, £500 here, £500 there, £500 there, £5,000. £1,000 bid, £1,000. Has he scared you all off?
Yeah, I think so.
The biggest you might have done. You've already said it now. I've got it on tape. £1,000 bid. £1,000 you wrote now. Everybody wish to be in Lebanon. You know what? I'm going to take a chance and sell it now as well. £1,000 bid. Now you're well. It goes once, twice, certainly that's £1,000. He's bolted.
I bet he has. My word, what has he done? In all the years I've been going to car auctions and being an auctioneer, I have never seen anything just like that. What on earth possesses someone who's just bid £500 to put their hand back up and go, nah, I'll give you £1,000 for it? What? I mean, I'm flabbergasted, I genuinely am. I mean, I get what he was trying to do. He's trying to give a shot bid, but there is limits you have to a shot bid, and I've done it myself where you're bidding on something, it might be a few £100s, you're bidding away with someone else, other people in the room, you might get to £300 or £400, you've got £500 in your head of what you want to pay for a car, so you get £400 and you might go in and go 500, so you jump up a few bids. You get that because obviously it's in your limit of what you want to pay, and you're just trying to hopefully shot bid someone and they'll pull out, and sometimes it works. But you don't double your bid. You don't bid 500 quid and then go, no, actually, I'll give £1,000 for it. But in fairness, his plan worked because it definitely shocked everyone. I mean, what are you going to do with that? I mean, it was rotten. It was worth 400 or 500 quid at best, probably. And I was bidding myself at a couple £100, and then I got to 4 and I give up. But £1,000? That was nuts. We'll scruffy Saab next.
Linear, this one the SC turbo diesel, that's the 1.9 150 brake horsepower car, well ahead of its time back in the day, 2008 on your way. The MOT on that is until December. Lower the service issue of the vehicle, we're bidding on that at £350, who's got 400 straight in, 50, 450, 75, 4 5, 25, I've got 500 here, 500 down there, you want 25? 2G fits all good that car, £500 there. Anything else there? 500 then here. Once, twice, third last. 5 there.
Right, the Saab and the Astra are coming in. I'm interested in that Astra. The Saab, I've had a quick look at it. It's got a maintenance light on, and it's also got a faulty handbrake as well, so I'm not really looking to get into that, really, to be honest. I don't need that hassle at the moment, but we'll see what the Saab does, because it's a lovely thing. I mean, if it's really cheap, yes, but I suspect it will probably do half decent money anyway. We'll see what they do.
Lot number 58 now. Beautiful, beautiful car. Don't often see these full stop, do you? Never mind through the auctions. We collected it, solid 9.5 Vector SETDI, or the TID4, 2 litre diesel. That's the important bit, more diesel. Only 11 plate with an MOT, 29th of November. Comes with almost full history and just 4 previous owners who knew. And straight in on that one here with me at £2,000 on the nose. £2,000 is bid. We're looking at 2-1 if you wish to bid. £2,000 bid. £2,000 the bid at 2-1, 2-1, 2-2, 2-2, 2-3. £2,300 we'll give you 2-4 now the bid at 2-3 at 2-3 the bid. Now you keep it in similar condition to that, it'll be double that in a couple of years time at 2,300 now. Anybody wish to bid 2-4? For £2,300 you bid at 50. Alright, 23.50. Give you the same, 23.50.
Very tempting.
23.50 now, the bid at 23.50 now. Diesel with almost full history at 23.50 now once, 23.50 twice. Third class at 23.50. I like it up, thank you. 23.50. Right, next one, Astra now. This one in the local garage and part exchange with almost full service history. It is the Astra Active with the 1.4 petrol, 2009 and 59, little 5-door down, not a bad looking example down. MLT ready to go. And again, an interest on the sheet will open the bidding at £650. £650 bid. £650 the Astra, £700 back with me. Do you want to go out? 800 is your bid. £800 now, looking for 50 elsewhere. The bid's at 800 now, back to the room at 800, you have to go on that one. At 800 then, if you'd all done once, twice, third and last. Provisional here, 800.
Little Daisy Sandero coming in on a 14 plate, we'll see what that does. 1 litre, he's got about 70 pounds for 14.
For the 17, thank you. For the 17, this one entered by a large local car supermarket. It is the Dacia Sandero, the Laureate model. It's the 1 litre petrol and 75,000 miles. 2014 on the 14 plate, and an MOT on there ready to go. It's a one previous owner car only, just short of 76,000 miles. And with all the bidding on that, 17, 18, 1900 pounds. We've got 2,000 for it. 92, thank you, £2,000 bid, 2,000, we'll give you 21 now, £2,000 bid, £2,000 bid, 2,000 now, very nice retailable stock at £2,000. At £2,000 now, anybody else that bids at 2,000, go submit, at 2,000, once, twice, third and last, then get all done, 2,050 bid, 2,050, give it a second now, the bid at 2,050, hit the doorway at 2,050 now, we'll give it your bid, 2,050 bid, give it a bid, 2-1. 21 now, 21 the bid now, back in the doorway at 21 now, you're bidding out, 2150 bid, 2150 now, 2150 bid, this way for 2, at 2150, goes provisional there, 2150, once, twice, third, and that's 2150, outside provisional 21. Now a Skoda Fabia, it's the TDI, it's the 1.6 diesel now. 2012, the 62 plate. Got the 5 spots on there, sunroof on it, roof rise of course. Very straight looking example from what I can see of it anyway. MLT is into May of next year. It is showing just 35,000 miles from new, with just 2 previous owners. The 1.6 Fabia SE TDI, so it's the diesel that one. Get on the bidding on that. Right, we do have interest in this one, as you will imagine. It's a very nice looking thing. 35,000 miles on the clock, as I say. We'll start bidding on that here with me. 2728, 29. We'll give you £3,000. 2,900, where's 3,000 bids at 29. At 29, you can bid on that. 23, 3, 3-1. 3-1 to get it out. 3-1, we'll give you 3-1. Then 3,100, where's 2? Very old 2. 3-2 now, we'll give you 3-3. 3,200 pounds bid at 3-2, where's 3-3, the bid's at 3-2 this time. On the right in the hall at 32. We're going to submit provisionally. We are miles away, but we'll try at 32, hoping all done.
It's starting to get very quiet now, it's starting to thin out a little bit, it's nearly the end. We'll see what these Mercs do and then we'll find out how we got on with that Astra. But we've got provisional bid on at 800 quid. I don't really want to give any more for it, honestly. I think I'd give just enough for it to be fair, but we'll see. We'll ask the question. They've all got a few battle scars on them. They all sound alright though, in fairness. And when you've got 3 of them in, it's obviously just clearly a proper fleet disposal. No one's ever getting untoward about it. God, lovely things these. Good for such good fans.
Well, number 86 here, Mercedes Vito, 114 Blue Tech 2.1. This one again with full history, I'll say most, with just one owner from new, I think, one company owner from new, but I'll say one formula just in case of the same. MOT on that September again, plus the VAT, and again we're going to be bidding on that one £6,000 plus the VAT. £6,000 plus the VAT, we're looking at 61. 61, thank you, 62. 63, 64. 65, 65, 66. £6,600 a bid at 66. Certainly, at 66, then we all done at 66, then once, twice, third, and last, send it out. Not sold that one. Send that out, you will please drive it.
Got a van for 6,600 quid on a 68 plate. Right, won the Astra. So let's go and pay for this Astra and get it out and see what we've won. Right, I've got the keys, got the invoice, got my logbook and manual. Just got to try and find the car. So Where is it? I think actually I can see it's in that corner there next to the old bongo. The problem is it looks like it's buried. Ooh. Yeah, we're buried, aren't we? Okay, we need knock number 70 to get it out. Let's just see if it starts. On the button, never in doubt. Right, we're out. I'm chuffed with that. I've just driven it out the gate. Got to about 20-30 mile an hour. It's actually alright. It's got a blowing exhaust, sounds awful. That'll probably be the flexi pipe, always is on Vauxhalls. But generally, it's not a bad thing. The lights aren't faded. The chain doesn't seem that bad, doesn't seem rattly. It's pretty clean inside. The steering wheel's not that badly worn or anything like that. Interior, I mean, it's 110 thou, but it's not a bad car. You know, it just wants a little bit of fettling. Wheel trims want tidying up a bit. Just a little bit here and there. Obviously, we need to sort that bumper out. Obviously, I was aware of that when we bought it. But, I mean, this colour's really common. So I'll probably get a bumper in colour, to be honest with you. I'm not going to mess about getting that painted because it's quite badly creased and damaged. It's a bit too difficult to just sort of paint that. I think it'll just be a lot easier just to get a bumper in colour. I think I may even have one. I know where there is one in colour that's been broken up. A friend of mine's got one. I'm hoping it's the same colour. Anyway, if not, we'll get one. I budgeted that into it. But other than that, paint-wise, we're good. Say, flick them trims in, and then it's just the oily bits. I noticed there's a few bits underneath, a little bit of banging at the back, probably shockers or axle bushes. They don't faze me. I might do a proper video on it when I get it back anyway. But let's get loaded up for now, and then do a summing up of the day. Okay, so we're back. Let's have a bit of a sum up of the day's actions. First of all, the Astra which I've got off the truck. I'm quite impressed with that, to be fair. I am going to do a full video on it. I've already started the process of checking it over and going through, so I've already got a list in my head of what I need to do to it. But I'm happy with the purchase. Talking of that, total price for that, guys, was £910 out the door. That's with the fee. So I bid £800 at the car, £110 on top. That was the indemnity or the buyer's fee for the vehicle. So £910 out the door. Now, I did manage to get hold of the fee structure for Northwest Motor Auctions. You can see it in this video here, and as you can see, actually the fees for the buyer's fees is actually quite competitive. Starts with about, I think it was about £80 and works its way up. But on, like I said, a £500 or £600, £700, £800 car like I've just bought today, £110 on top, which I think is actually quite reasonable in today's auction market, and certainly a lot cheaper than some of its rivals. Now, how did I find the auction? I actually really enjoyed it, to be fair. Very different. It's obviously very different to what we've seen on the channel. But this is the thing. We're going to go try new auctions all over the country. Like I say, I'm going to go out on the road. We're going to be going back to Aston Barclays and other branches soon. That's my sort of staple place I get my stock from. But, you know, it's interesting to go to these other places. We see lots of different types of auction sites, the way they work, different fee structures, different types of stock, different prices and atmosphere. It's actually really enjoyable to go to different auction houses, and it's definitely something we're going to be doing more of on the channel. Would I recommend you guys to go down and have a visit? Absolutely. They do accept private punters, guys. There was no need to register on the day, so there was no need to registration or ID or anything like that. You can literally just turn up and bid. Private or trade, there's no disparity between the two. The fee structures are all available for everyone. Like I said, just turn up and bid away. There were lots of private punters there today, in fairness, who were actually buying. But if we talk about what else we saw in the sale today then, well, we've already talked about that Mazda. That was a strange one. I won't mention much more about that now because we've already talked about that briefly earlier. But I still couldn't get it out of my head of why that gentleman decided to pay so much more money over the odds for that car. I mean, he probably would have won that for about 600 quid. It did seem rather a strange bid, but it's done. He owns it. Good luck to him. I hope he makes some money out of it. If he's a good welder or something, or he can get someone to weld that up, there will be money in that, don't get me wrong, because it was a day van conversion. I couldn't really get any good footage of it inside. It got sort of swamped as it came in the auction. But it was not a bad conversion, in fairness. It was okay, to be fair. But if you could get it half right, it probably would be some money in that. But there's probably a lot of work to do to get it right. Did have a few bits and some other bits as well. Had a go at that little Punto early on. We had a bit of interest in the Fiesta. I thought the Fiesta did quite good money, to be fair. I was quite surprised at that. It did a few £100 more than I thought it was going to make. But it just goes to show that the sort of pricing can vary from place to place. On the pricing side of it, it's quite interesting because, like I said, like that Fiesta and the Peugeot we saw with the damage, they did strong money. But then you looked at the Saab 9.5, which I know it had a handbrake for issue, which I didn't really want to get involved in, but it still was a very cheap car, that 9.5. The Skoda as well, that Fabia, well, done 30,000 mile, 1.6 diesel. That was provisional. There were bids on that. I think it was an online bidder that was on that. But I thought that was it was again a cheap car, not my sort of thing I would buy. I had a bit more research on it before I came. I probably might have had a go of it had I known it was going to be like low and provisional, because there's definitely some money in that car. So it's definitely a mixed bag of things today. Some stuff were doing all right money, some stuff was fair and decent, and other stuff I thought was quite cheap. So it's, like I said, a real mixed bag of stuff there at Northwest Auctions. I definitely would recommend it, guys. I'd like to thank the team as well who invited me down, Christian in particular. Guys, if you're looking to put your car in there as well, if you're local to that area, definitely would give them a try, because they were getting some decent money for stuff, and they do seem to be selling things as well. And they are flogging cars, don't get me wrong. So, you know, it isn't always the best option to go to like the We Buy Any Car places or part exchange places. A lot of bait and switch tactics, which I mentioned earlier, where they give you a price. You know the old story, you go there, you get given a price, and then as soon as you get there, they kick you in the old you-know-what. So it's always better I've always said it's always better to try it in an auction. Like I said, they've got a very good fee structure there. So if anyone's interested in putting the car in locally, then please check that out. I think I'd be tempted to put some stuff in there, particularly some part exchanges, just to give it a try. And that might be something we might do in the future, maybe even film it, who knows. Definitely an interesting place and somewhere where we'll definitely be going back again. Anyone wants to see their website and their details and get in touch with them, find their address, you can find it in the link description. Check out their website, guys. Once again, thanks to the team there at Northwest Motor Auctions. So that's that, guys. We are off back to Aston Barclay again next week, and we're also going to go visit another site as well in the near future. So lots of auction content coming in July, as well as other videos in between as well. So thank you for watching, guys. Please hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already done so. It'll help me out immensely. I'd like to thank you all for watching. I've just passed the 20,000 subscriber mark as well, so thank you all, guys. Thank you for your support over the last 7 months. It's been absolutely brilliant. I can't all thank you enough. Check out my next videos as they land, and I'll see you all in the next video.